And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to good old Rocky Pod. We're down a person tonight. Chris is in parts unknown, filming his new show. We'll talk to him about that later. So the Vols traveled to Tuscaloosa and took on the Crimson Tide this past Saturday. Fell short, 52-24, but we went. We gave it our all. What do you guys think?
Well, just a little bit short, yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a little.
Gosh,
I mean, it was kind of discouraging that was the final score when
yeah,
the game was definitely much closer than that. But
the final score didn't do it any justice. If anything, it's a tell of where this roster is just compared to an Alabama, a Georgia. They just have so many players there to plug in and keep them fresh, and we definitely don't. But man, the effort that our team showed through about three quarters and a little bit of the fourth was just, I was so proud. I mean, honestly, wasn't hurt by losing. Yeah, screw Alabama, but I was proud of our effort. What do you guys think?
Well, I think for me, like everything you say, I agree with, but it's also I feel like we've said like the final score is an indicator of how close the game actually was for like 10 years now. It's like I don't know. I'm like, and I really do believe that that we had a really good game, and like going into the fourth quarter, we kind of had a chance to make a couple plays and take the lead. But it just kind of, I feel like we just kind of like we played them close, we played them good, and we just kind of ran out of gas, and our depth got to us. So I do agree with you that it's like the final score isn't the indicator of how close it really was, but I'm also tired of saying that.
yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I was pretty for as well as he played, I was still pretty dang bummed out at the end of the game. Like I feel like we should have hung in there with them throughout the whole game. I just don't think our coaching. I mean, Heupel's done a good job most of the year, but there were just some decisions he made in that game that had me scratching my head. Like
Yeah, you
I'm
were all
okay. Like
over
the
that play
first two or three.
calling.
I mean, the first two or three short yardage situations in the game, like it made sense to try to run the ball. We were running the ball well all year, but it was just clear that our offensive line was no match for Alabama's D line in that situation. So we should have just abandoned that and started throwing the ball, and we just didn't do that. And then obviously the 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter was a huge mistake, and surely Josh Heupel would agree with that. I hope.
Yeah. The thing I didn't like about the running game was it seemed that we just kept trying to force the same inside run. Like, I don't know what they call it. It's I don't know if it's an RPO or halfback zone, whatever. But try try to run off tackle a little. I mean, try to change it up, especially when, like you said, Alabama's line is just. I mean, it's not many better in the SEC.
I mean, I just feel like we were still getting open most of the night. I, I just
That's
I don't
one thing
understand
that
why we stuck.
I just Hooker, man, does not. I don't know because it doesn't look like the pocket breaks down as quick as he bails on some of these passing plays. Um, so I don't know. Like, I just don't think he's given it enough time to develop. But I don't know what he's seeing like defensively. So I don't know.
I think for
Yeah, I
me,
mean,
oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, I'll go
No,
ahead.
I'm just talking about the play calling. Like I did like agree with Caleb and you about like I didn't like the play calling, but then I kind of had to think like would the play calling have been different if Hooker was healthier or Tyron Evans was healthier? Maybe the bad play calling was an indication of like Hooker not being at full strength and Tyon Evans not being at full strength, and the offensive line just getting murdered every time the ball was snapped.
Yeah, I wonder how much
Yeah,
missing Cade Mays played into that too, because I think that was a big loss for us. But
yeah. I mean, I get it to some extent. Like in the
Right.
first half, those excuses, but you just gotta adjust at some point. And I think they started to a little bit in the second half, but it was just too late.
yeah,
And
our
that fourth and
offense is
one. I
so
mean,
weird. Like whatever you think's gonna happen, just I don't know. It's like it's a fast offense, but it just feels like we have no rhythm for what happens. Like it's very strange to me. Like it's hard
yeah.
to
I mean,
keep up with drives, and I don't know.
sometimes we just we completely lose all rhythm, and that's when we go 3 and out twice in a row and
Yeah.
put our defense out for an entire quarter.
Well,
Yeah.
they're used to that. Alabama had the ball for 40 minutes on Saturday night. Only gained 574 yards in those 40 minutes, though. So, hey, I mean, somebody can do the math out there. Let us know if that's good.
But it was
I mean,
like thinking
I'm
about Alabama games years past. It was nice, like not seeing Alabama just score every 2 plays. I feel like that was what Alabama has done to us in the past 3 or 4 years. At least our defense was good enough this year to make them have to do kind of like long extended drives.
Yeah, and they got bailed out all night by freaking Bryce Young. That's
Yeah.
oh man, if you got a running quarterback against us, like you got a good chance because we cannot cover the
Yeah,
quarterback.
if Jeremy Banks is our spy, you're gonna do good. Like he's good. Like he's kind of a decent linebacker, but his sideline to sideline speed, chasing down a running quarterback, is his weakness.
Yeah. One
I mean, do we play any more running quarterbacks the rest of the year? I mean,
Stetson Bennett maybe.
Kentucky's, yeah, he can, I mean, move a little bit, not great. And then Kentucky's guy, I think, is okay, but not
Yeah, he's
great.
more of a pro style guy. One thing I did like was I think it was at the end of the third, start of the fourth, when Alabama scored to put it up. I believe they went up 14, and then we came right back and hit Tillman for that 70-yard pass. Like I was like, okay, years pass, you go up 14. Okay, you're gonna win by 30 here. But no, we fought back. But I mean, you put your defense right back on the field after that. So
Yeah.
uh,
So a lot of people, I mean, I'm not a huge time of possession guy, and a lot of people are saying we need to slow the offense down to, get more time of possession. But I don't think I agree because that Tillman touchdown was because we went fast. Alabama's defender was like not even looking at Tillman when the ball was snapped.
yeah, he was gone.
The issue
Yeah,
isn't how
I
fast we go.
totally
The
agree.
issue is going 3 and out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Caleb. Like I could care less if we possessed the ball for 30 seconds the entire game. Oh, why did I get him? No, I got so big right there. But yeah, like I took over like half the screen. No, but I agree with you. Time possession means nothing to me. If like our offense going fast gets us points, then go for it. But I do agree that the there has to be a balancing act between going super super fast and not getting super super fast 3 and outs.
So I'm just looking up
Yeah,
here.
for
We
sure.
had oh my gosh. So we punted 7 times. Let's see. First drive, 3 and out. So one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, 5 3 and outs that ended in a punt. Like, oh my gosh. When you punt 7 times, like, that's not good. So hopefully they can fix that. But thankfully, it's a bye week. Don't have to worry. Let our boys rest, get healthy. Because we got big end of the season coming up, but we'll get to that later. So what other takes we got from Alabama? I mean, they definitely looked like they mailed it in to stop our running attack, which was kind of surprising, I guess. But I was surprised we didn't see a whole lot of those wide receiver screens that we ran earlier in the season. Because if you're doing that, like you have a good chance of. Um, I mean, like with Alabama stopping the run, like if you run those, you got a decent chance to make a play on it. So a little surprised at that, but all in all, I was just happy at the effort. I mean, we just don't have the depth, the talent. I mean, we hung
I
in
mean,
there, but
the
what?
the one thing that surprised me more than anything was how much Alabama tried to give us the game. I mean, they had a punt blocked. They had roughing our punter on like 4th and
That was
23.
the dumbest thing I've ever seen Alabama do.
Yeah.
They fumbled and they nearly fumbled again. They just made a ton of mistakes, which is super uncharacteristic for them.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Was like I went out of the game just kind of like being like, man, like I kind of, I think I mentioned this before, maybe in the group chat. Like I feel like Alabama was more gettable than Georgia's going to be. Now I didn't think we were going to win the game, but I was still surprised at how gettable they actually are. I know we kind of fell apart at the end of the fourth quarter, and the score is what the score is, but man, they were actually really. They have some vulnerabilities. Like they might lose 1, 2 more games.
Yeah, boy, that Hooker interception. At that
Yeah,
point, I just checked out. I was like, okay, I know what's about to happen, and it happened. So
Yeah.
hate it for the guy. He's played phenomenal this year. Love him. Hope he sticks around for
Did you
another
see?
year.
Did you see where Mel Kiper has him like the 8th best draft eligible quarterback?
I mean,
Hooker.
there's not
Yeah.
quarterbacks are just bad anymore.
Dang.
Like who was the last like recent quarterback to come out of college that's been phenomenal?
In the NFL.
No,
I
in
mean,
Yeah.
the
Trevor Lawrence was.
CFL. Yeah, but like
Well, I mean,
Justin.
I didn't know if you were saying what.
I mean like into the NFL, like overall the last 2 decades, aside from a few, like quarterback play has been horrible in the league.
Yeah, like Andrew Luck was the lock of the century, and then he's already out of the NFL. you know, uh, but I think time will tell. I think Justin Herbert will probably be the best one recently. He's doing really good.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is having a terrible year, but he's obviously
Yeah,
a
but
really
he's
good
kind of
quarterback.
But he wasn't
gimmick
expected to be
quarterback.
what he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's surprised me that's actually good is Kyler Murray. I didn't expect that guy to be
It
good.
took him a while. What about who's the guy with the Bills? Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
Where did
Oh
he
yeah,
come from? He's been pretty good.
Wyoming.
Oh God,
Speaking
that's
of
right.
quarterbacks, at the time of taping of this podcast, Harrison Bailey's entered the transfer portal.
Yeah, hate to see it,
Where
but
do we think he's gonna go? Like, do you think he's gonna get a? Do you think he's gonna go to like Power Five or?
oh, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, the guy's got talent, but yeah, I don't know if he's like
Yeah, but
elite
like,
talent.
I bet he goes
like
like West Coast.
No.
I don't know. Like Cheney clearly didn't like him
Yeah.
when he was here. Heupel clearly didn't like him. So I don't know. Maybe he's just not that good.
Maybe like a UCF, something like that. But I guess with what Malzahn's running there, I don't know. I'd be
Um,
curious to see maybe an ACC team. That'd be interesting.
I was thinking
Georgia Tech would be.
Yeah,
I was thinking like an
definitely.
Arizona State or Arizona, something like that.
Kyle just wants him off the East Coast. Never think
Well,
of him again. Our hair bear's gone.
well, he'll go to Washington State.
So who is our third string quarterback now? Like, I don't even know.
I have no clue.
Oh
Is Zach
man,
Jancic still on the team?
isn't he a wide receiver?
I have no. I don't know.
Oh gosh, Caden Salter. Why
I
did
mean,
you
it
do
might
those
be.
things?
Might be.
What's his name?
What's Holiday?
I
Yeah,
guess
I always
now.
get Jimmy Holiday and Jimmy Callaway mixed up, but
Yeah, Jimmy Holiday. I mean, Jimmy Holiday was a quarterback before we switched him to wide receiver. So
Yeah, yeah.
put him back at quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my God, if Hooker gets hurt, it's Joe Milton, and that's it.
Or
I
ride or
guess it was
die.
that before. Yeah.
I guess what Brian Maurer's still on campus, right? I mean, can they can be in the transfer portal and like still play, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't
I don't
I
know
don't
why
know
they
that you would
would,
want someone.
but yeah. But I mean, if Hooker gets hurt and then Milton gets hurt, can't we just be like, hey, I know you guys are transferring, but you want to play a little quarterback before you do? Because I mean, they're gonna look for a new place anyways. Maybe they'll ball out. According to ESPN, we've got Sully McDermott at quarterback, Gaston Moore, Spencer Smith. So, stay healthy, guys. Oh man,
Jesus.
yeah. So glad that we get a bye week, and it feels like it's at the right time. Like these guys have put it all out there for what are we 4-4, 8 weeks now. Like
Yeah.
feels nice to let them rest up, go out and finish the season strong, get to a bowl game.
Yeah.
Which Kyle, was it you that shared the latest projection? Tennessee versus Clemson.
Yeah, I mean that's as of today. I think it was CBS Sports that this week their bowl projections has Tennessee and Clemson in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I guess it's in Charlotte, which Georgia beat them for the Duke's Mayo opener. So
Was that in
they'll
Charlotte?
be
That was right.
yeah,
Neutral. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So they'll be double Dukes.
I would love a shot at Clemson. I want our program back from them.
When's the last time we played them? Peach Bowl, right? Was that 2002
2002
or one?
or 3.
I know we went to back, played Clemson and Maryland. I think we played Clemson first.
I think it was okay. I don't remember.
Because Maryland, I mean, both of them, they beat us. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
Maryland
both beat us.
beat us pretty bad. I think we only scored a field goal in that game, but oh man.
Jeez.
Yeah. So what do you?
Well,
Let's do a mid-season take. So, what do you guys think? What grade would you give? I don't want to say the team, but like the coaching staff through this point.
I would say probably a B. I mean, I think we obviously the South Carolina Missouri games. I've probably thought we would get one of those before the season. Getting both was big. Huge missed opportunities against Pitt and Ole Miss. So I feel like to get an A, you have to win at least one of those. Could have won both of them, but slightly better than I expected. But huge missed opportunities. So I'll say B.
Kyle,
for me, B sounds good. Like I really want to give them an A because I'm really liking it, but like Caleb said, like looking back on it, we probably should have beat Pitt and we probably should have beat Ole Miss. But at the same time, like I'm really happy that, especially with our coaches in the past, whether it's Pruitt or Butch, like I like that we did lose to Pitt and Heupel made a change and was like he made adjustments and he went to somebody different and he learned from his mistakes and he learned from this guy probably needs to be the starter, this backup. Like we've not seen that for years. Where coaches are like, okay, like I can accept that this is wrong and I'm going to change it. So just that's kind of refreshing. So that I'd say B plus.
B plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably where I would be too. I mean, just to finally have a coach that can actually, field a competent team and go out and beat who we should and be competitive in some of these games that we probably shouldn't. I would say, I'm about there. Gosh, man, we gotta get this recruiting class going. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the coaching staff coming out of a bye week. Especially it probably being the last important game of our season because we're just all I'm assuming we're all chalking Georgia up to a loss.
You don't want to beat the #1 rated Bulldogs in Neyland?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like South Alabama and Vanderbilt, knock on wood, that's the die is cast for that. And the die is cast for Georgia, but Kentucky is gettable. So I want us to come out there super prepared.
If you can go 3-1,
I think South Alabama's like.
Go ahead.
I think South Alabama is actually pretty good. So
yeah,
but
still,
that one completely.
I know, but I mean, I'm not a player, so I can overlook them.
South Alabama is. Oh wait, that's Tennessee Tech. Never mind. Go ahead.
But you know what's really pissing me off, is like thinking that, like, just imagine how awesome that Pitt win would be now. Like, Pitt's got it rolling, and it's like, dang, that win would have been really nice right now.
Boy, it sucked to be a Pitt fan and be like, what, 7-1 with a loss to Western Michigan. Like, just basically ruined their whole season.
Yeah, but they still might win the ACC, so
yeah, I mean, they
still a pretty good season.
Probably will. I don't know. The ACC is hot garbage. Oof.
But Tennessee played the 3 front runners for the Heisman.
Yeah. Padded their resume each week too. All right. Any more Bama talk?
One thing, and it's not Bama talk, but bye week stuff. I've not heard anything. I know Heupel like keeps the injury stuff down low, but have we heard anything about like injury, like people healing up? They're getting back to bet. They're getting good. Have we heard anything?
I've not heard anything.
I haven't heard. I mean,
I don't know. Like, with how limited Evans especially has been lately, I think he should be pretty close to 100% against Kentucky. I hope so. Man,
I was a little worried about him. Like, he went out limping during the Alabama game one time, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
But
hopefully he makes it back.
Yeah. We need Cade Mays back. And did you guys see that? Who is it? K'Ron Calvert might actually come back for the end of the season.
Yeah. What did he do?
That would be huge.
Like bicep or something?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something very painful that I never want to experience.
I did see that.
Plays Arkansas State this weekend.
Oh wow!
Exciting.
Who plays them?
South
Alabama.
Yeah.
Is it going to be televised? We need to do a watch party.
ESPN Plus.
Okay. But my last thought on Bama is, and I heard this I guess it was today or yesterday, but apparently Josh Heupel told the team, like, we're not going to hold Hendon Hooker out, and we're not going to hold Tyron Evans out, because we don't want to just say this is a no-win situation. We're not going to rest them up for the next week. We're not giving in. Like, we're going to go out. So I like the way he kind of like told the team that even though as a fan, I'd be like, rest them. Give them 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it was the right decision too.
That is exciting. And we had that one play. I think it was the fumble where Young fumbled into the end zone, and Heupel got fired up at the ref, said some naughty words you're not supposed to say. I mean, not too bad, but I love to see
that. Was good to see, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first time he'd really shown emotion. So
it feels like they just never show him. Like, I don't know, maybe it's all coaches, but like they'll show him at the beginning of the game maybe, and after that it's just like nothing, unless you're Lane Kiffin.
Well, he's always got the play sheet over his entire face. So
yeah.
But good job, Josh Heupel and coaching staff. Hope you all stay around many years and get some recruits. All right, what else we got about the mid-season report here? Nothing.
I'm very surprised at how well our defense has played through the first 8 games. I think we've said that just about every week, but I think everyone thought they were going to be complete trash, and they've actually been quite good. I mean, they've given up a lot of points, but they've still kind of played better than expectations. And it seems like they're well coached, which is the most promising thing to me. If we can just get some players and some depth, and
Yeah.
we might actually have a pretty good defense.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Same with
about
me.
Walter committing, being on that line next year. Gosh, man. Oh, I want to get some recruits.
I mean, we lead the country in tackles for loss, which
Yeah.
I know our defense plays a lot of snaps, but that's still crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing we've never projected at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
You know, I would say for me, like obviously I think the first answer is what Caleb says is defense, but my close number two is like the progression of Hendon Hooker. Like the Hendon Hooker that played against Alabama is definitely by far a way better quarterback than the Hendon Hooker that went out versus Pitt. You know, so I think he was just like excelled a lot. So
I just love how efficient he is. Like, gosh, don't have to worry
yeah.
about every pass out there. Just.
Yeah, and I think that interception was totally on the wide receiver.
Yeah, it
You know,
was.
so he was throwing to a spot, and the wide receiver just went the other way.
Yeah, it was sad. Sad to see. At least we didn't give
I'll,
up, and we tackled them before they ran it back. So.
Yeah.
I'll do a walk it back Wednesday here. I thought, everyone said before the season that, we're going to score a lot of points. We're going to be fun to watch. Even if we lose, at least it'll be fun. And I was highly doubtful of that. But I think it's actually been true. One of the rare instances where the groupthink narrative is true. We have actually been fun to watch, even when we lose. So that was good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like we've got finally the right coach, and man, I'm excited. Like I'm happy to be 8 games into the season and not have just already given up on the year. Like it's gonna be exciting for sure. All right, what else we got? Any more football talk? What do you guys want to talk about?
It's bye week, man. Not a lot going on.
Hey, this is
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
the
I don't really
first
want to get
year.
into it, but
Go ahead.
I was going to say basketball starts like this weekend,
Saturday,
so
right? Yeah.
we don't have to talk about it this episode, but future episodes, maybe we can talk some hoops.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I saw
What are we playing? Like, is
Fulkerson.
it the Lenore Ryan warm up game?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we'll definitely get some
I
hoop
think I
talk.
saw Fulkerson broke his thumb or something. Try to pull it up.
Yeah, he broke his thumb. Apparently Chandler's been sick like a few days or something.
What were we
We beat
ranked? Like
Davidson.
18th?
Something like that.
I
Fourth in
don't
the SEC.
know.
I saw fourth in the SEC.
Oh, please. Who
I
bet
feel like
on
we're
him?
ranked a little low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
But all you guys are going to come up to New York City and watch them on December 7th, I think, or something like that. So
December 7th.
I think it's like Tennessee, Texas Tech, and Madison Square Garden.
Ah. I don't know. Maybe.
No, you ain't.
Seems expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Got
basketball.
the baseball orange and white
Orange and
game
white,
this weekend
yes.
too, or next week.
Orange and white for sure. Man, I wish baseball season was longer. It should be like 70 or 80 games. I guess it's just too cold. I don't know.
I don't know.
So
When you make it to
other,
Omaha, you play quite a few games.
well, you have that possibility, but unfortunately we didn't. It is exciting though. Smoky Stadium this next Saturday, November 6th, right?
Yeah, the day of the Kentucky game.
Yeah, 1 o'clock, I believe. Free concessions will be available, but those are not free, according to the guy on Tony the other day. So I might go check it out. We'll see. All right, what else we got? What do we want to talk about? Kyle, it's been raining up there, ain't it? Got a nor'easter.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing. Like we got the rain and the wind while everybody was asleep. So I went to bed, nothing was happening. I woke up, nothing was happening. It all happened when I was asleep. So, this is like I have to like Google what the term is for nor'eastern because, like I said, this is my 5th year living here, and there's been like 27 nor'easterns, and like one of them might have been like kind of bad. So I don't know how they defined a nor'eastern or not, but
I thought the
I'm not
city
impressed.
never slept, though. How'd you sleep through it?
Well, I mean, I sleep.
Oh, it's just a
Um,
saying. Oh, I see. I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
So, Caleb, you were actually down in Bama territory for the game, weren't you? How was that?
I was. It was a nice trip. We had fun. Uh,
Where was it?
Everyone was nice.
Birmingham?
Only Birmingham. Yeah, there was an Ole Miss fan we met at the park, and it was kind of awkward. We didn't talk about it, but we were both thinking about it. Um, I don't think. I mean, I wore my Tennessee stuff the whole weekend, and no one even commented on it. So I don't even know if they care too much anymore.
Ain't the 90s anymore. Gosh. All right, we
Man,
wanna wrap this up. Go ahead and complain about something. Caleb.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, you go.
Mine, mine is not very original. I'm sure we've done this before, but traffic is freaking awful lately. We were driving to Birmingham. It took us like 2 hours to get through Chattanooga. It was freaking ridiculous. I don't understand how there can't be efficient ways to reroute when there's traffic. And today it took me like an hour to get from Pellissippi Parkway to downtown Knoxville. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's ugh. Especially, man, 40 in the afternoons and mornings. Oh my gosh, just don't even try.
There were like two crashes on 40, and you couldn't go any back roads because everyone was going back roads. So it literally took us an hour. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Kyle, what you got?
yeah. I just want to just say that I went to college around Chattanooga, and I've lived in a bunch of places, and that Chattanooga traffic is ridiculous. I don't understand it. It's such a small town. There's like so many roads, but that little stretch of interstate is just I don't understand why it bottlenecks there. But anyway, just sympathizing with Caleb. My gripe is just the weather right now being like, because I walk everywhere. Like, I basically just walk and have a backpack with me. But, like, you wake up in the morning right now and it's freezing. By, like, lunchtime, 2 o'clock, it's kind of like springtime. By 4 o'clock, it's like summer, hot hell in a basket. Just you burning up, sweating, and then by like 5 or 6 o'clock it's back to freezing again. So it's like you have all 4 seasons like in the midst of like 6 hours. And it's just like I have a small little backpack, and do I wear a hoodie? Do I put a jacket on? Like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. It just sucks because I'm like freezing or sweating the entire time. I'm never just comfortable.
Well, that's the trade-off for living in such a big city. You guys gotta.
Thank you.
It's like in Chattanooga. You get the traffic because you get the great internet. So you just gotta get used to it. uh, um,
All right,
my
Matt,
gripe,
what's your gripe?
kind of along the lines with Kyle and the weather, is getting colder, and I have arthritis. So right now, like my hands are just, oh man, I can't grip anything longer than like 15 seconds before I just feel like I'm 90 years old. So I'm not looking forward to that. Might need to invest in some mittens or something. I don't know. It's gonna be bad.
I'm gonna give a preview of a future gripe of the time change. I'm already hating it.
Oh
How early it's
gosh,
getting dark. It's
when is that?
terrible.
Yeah,
Oh wait, did
Couple
that
it?
is
weeks, I
true.
think.
Wait, it already happened?
No,
Oh, even though
No,
we've
but
but
been
it
through
still
it is
gets
this
dark.
getting.
so many times, like I still wake up in a panic, like checking every clock, like, oh, which one's right? What do I do? And
Yeah.
Google time.gov and check that. Oh, I'm sick of
I
it.
just hate I just hate leaving work at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it's like pitch black. I just hate that. Like,
Have you ever seen what's it called? Called Manhattan Hinge, where the sun sets on that one road.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. It's fine. I mean, the two or three streets that really have it really perfectly, it's just so many people there, and it's just like a few minute window. So it's just like there's a ton of like Instagram photographers there, and you can kind of see it between their shoulders. So I mean, it's fine.
Well, that's cool. I wish
Yeah.
there was like a Nealon Hinge, you know.
Yeah, Gay Street Hinge.
I think there is one in Knoxville. I think I saw something on this subreddit once. All right, anybody got anything else? Oh, before we go, name. We finally have a name. We have all that figured out. Caleb, take it away, Mr. Press Release Man.
Okay, so I think we had 3 pieces of exciting news. First, as you probably noticed, we had like 4 different names over the past 8 weeks. We were Elite Porch Talk Boys, Buddies Buddies, Perpetually Unnamed Podcasts, and generally Falter Often Yield. So we went with none of those, and now we are Good Old Rocky Pod, which we will continue to be until we're not. So that's the first thing. Second thing is Good Old Rocky Pod has agreed to join the Absolute Latest, which is a digital media brand that provides the absolute latest, get it, and sports, entertainment, politics, pop culture, pretty much anything you could want to know. Fashion, yes. They're gonna cover it all. So we're super excited to be part of the Absolute Latest network, and you'll be hearing more about that in future episodes. And last but not least, you can now find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, so that you don't actually have to look at our faces. So please check us out there. Leave us a nice little review, 5-star rating. Make sure to subscribe. But if you do want to continue to look at us, you can also check us out on YouTube. Also, check out our Instagram and Twitter.
We need Twitter followers.
The exciting thing about that Absolute Latest thing is like you will be able to see us not only talk about sports on here, but Matt and Caleb love country music. They might be doing a country music podcast, or me and Chris might be doing a movie or TV show podcast. So who knows what you'll see us do.
See us do a lot of things. That's why we got Kyle up in New York, so he can go to those fashion shows for us, break them down, report on it.
I'll report on the Wine and Food Festival first.
Well, you got to wait a year to get to that one. All right. But yeah, exciting news. We're also available on pretty much any podcasting platform, is what I've been told. So just look us up. Good Old Rocky Pod. Shout out to our European listeners. Don't know who you are or why you're listening, but we love y'all. Other than that, what do we got to end it off with this week? Final thoughts?
So just all enjoy a nice, relaxing weekend.
Any plans this weekend? What are you guys doing?
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Are you dressing up?
I'm not, but trying to get the kiddo to dress up as Elmo, but he is resisting pretty strongly. He does not want to look like Elmo, though he loves Elmo.
Oh, I guess
that's respectable.
Maybe his dad should dress up as Elmo. He'd love that, I bet. Kyle, you dressing up? You trick or treating?
No, I don't know. Like, I'll probably go walk around, see something, because everybody goes crazy around here. There's a bunch of people decorating. There's haunted houses and stuff around here, so I might sneak into one of those Sunday night.
Oh, that'd be cool. How does trick or treating work up there? Like, do kids go like?
Yeah, I mean, they do like a Halloween parade. That like everybody, like all the kids like stand on the sides and people like go and throw them candy at them and stuff. But my neighborhood here is pretty family friendly, so this is my first Halloween, and this is my second Halloween in this apartment. I didn't have anybody come last year, so
Did you have candy ready?
Now, I mean, I always have Reese Pieces, but those are for me.
Oh yeah.
But if like someone, but if a kid knocked on the door, I'd give him a handful.
Well, how'd you say
You
it?
know,
Reese's Pieces.
yeah, Reese Pieces.
Yeah, that's the way it
That's
is.
how I say it. I'll just pour some in a solo cup and give them to him.
Reese's Pieces. Yeah, not anything else for all you podcast listeners. Um,
Right.
but yeah, it's exciting. I'm not dressing up, so I don't know the last time I did dress up. Been years. It'd be fun sometime. Maybe next year we'll have the absolute latest Halloween party and we'll all dress up.
Do a Halloween special.
Yep. But all right, Caleb, we're gonna let you take it out. What's the final word?
My final word is just watch football stress-free this weekend. It's my favorite weekend to watch football, so that's it. And go Braves.
All right.
Chop
Well,
on.
that took too long, so I'm gonna end it with screw you and your fantasy team, Caleb. Good night.